So in 2017, you put out your debut solo album called Rockness A.P. AP stood for After Price.
Right.
This album wasn't on Duck Down. Was
No.
there a reason why you didn't put it on Duck Down?
Somebody came to me with the idea. You know what I mean? Like, and I just rolled with it. You know what I mean? It wasn't like Duck Down didn't approach me with the idea, like, or a budget. Somebody came to me with a budget.
Got you. Okay. But you had
Right.
amazing records and features on that album. You had Conniva from D12, Inspector
Yeah.
Deck, Method Man, Smith and Wesson, Ron Browse, MOP, Buckshot, Raekwon, Razkaz, Young Noble. Like, that's an insane lineup. Like, I don't even know how you did that. That's crazy.
I had help doing it, but the idea was the idea was the fraternity. The message, the idea that I convey on the fraternity is, you know, if you understand the song, the fraternity, what I mean by fraternity is a special group of people who have gone through this specific loss. So it was to have some of those people, or as many of them as I can get, and have, like, you know, a bonding session of sorts.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And in that song, you do name out people like the Outlaws. They lost Tupac, and you know what I mean? Obviously, Wu-Tang, they lost ODB. You know, it's like a bunch of different people that have gone through that similar experience, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Mr. Cheeks, Lost Boys. And I even shouted Puffy out on that song. Because, you know, to the naked eye, Puffy and Biggie were friends. You know what I'm saying? And to go through what they went through, you know, in the game, the travels and the journeys, like, if that was your friend, I know that shit hurt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
How did the song Camp Wu come about?
Wu-Tang is our homeboys. That's like, those, like, outside of the Outlaws, the Wu-Tang niggas is the only niggas that, well, I don't want to say the only niggas, but they're some of the closest dudes to me as a rapper. Like, those are some of my closest industry friends.
Right. How do you feel that the album was received by the public? Do you think that it was the reception that you was hoping for?
I don't hope for much. Because I truly believe without the infrastructure of a substantial label or some powerful player, you know, you have to have some power in your infrastructure. You know what I mean? And if you don't, then you're not going to see impressive numbers. If numbers are what you mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not going to be a thing. You know, you're not going to see impressive numbers. You're not, you know, you're not going to see yourself being played or hear yourself being played on any major, you know, any mainstream radio or none, you know, none of the big platforms. So you just, you know, you just put the music out and live with the results. You know, you promote as much as you can. You know what I'm saying? Let the label gonna do what they do. But if you're expecting a lot out of a independent label, then you setting yourself up to be pissed off.
I meant more from like from the people that did check it out. Did you feel like you received positive feedback like for the album?
Absolutely. But I'm so spoiled by that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm spoiled by that. Like, that didn't even register as what you were saying just now, because I'm just, you know, salute to myself and my, you know, and my cloth and to the fans, but, you know, they really appreciate what I do. You know what I'm saying? And that has been consistent throughout the journey.
Right. So I also want to highlight the fact that my man, Jake Palumbo, helped engineer and record a lot of that album, right?
Salute to Jake Palumbo.
Yo, he told me about like your work ethic, like your style is like, you'll be kicking it, like maybe the beats playing or something like that. You telling stories like for a few hours. And next thing you know, you write a couple lines into your phone, and then all of a sudden you got like a whole verse and you'll just spit it or something like that. Or something crazy. Like he says that like the way that you work is it's not like Biggie where like he's like you're writing it in your head necessarily or something, like, you know, and he don't write it on paper, but like he says that it's like pretty amazing.
Yeah, I got a lot of tricks. when it come down to writing. I've been writing since I was 11 years old, so I have a lot of techniques. I also have like a formula. So no matter how different, 2 or 3 rhymes are, no matter how different they are, they all have the formula is the same. It's there. You know what I mean? It may be disguised, but it's there. And it's a mathematic formula, basically, the way I structure bars.
Gotcha. Yeah, I remember hearing you talk about how the number 4 is like the special number in
Mhm.
music, right? And like the way
Yeah.
that you broke that down, it
Mhm.
was I've never heard anybody explain it like that, but it made so much sense. And I was like, damn, Rock is a fucking genius. Like, not even capping. Like, it's just, I never heard someone say it like that, you know?
Yeah, the number 4 is God.
Right.
All the reversals be 16s, 12s, 8s. They all multiples of 4. One
Hmm.
bar is 4 bops to the head. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Unless you listen to one of them double time beats, in which case it would be 8 bops to the head. It's all based around 4. And, sometimes you could get jiggy with it and freak it and not follow the 4, but you better bring that bitch back. You know what I'm saying? Or you're going to either bring it back or recreate it because you're going to have people all over the place.
Confused.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.